Hello, and in this video we are going to look at functions. We're going to look at several different functions that can be used to manipulate data. The functions we're going to talk about in this exercise will include the function left, right, find, and length. If you will look at the data on the sheet, you'll notice we have a column with first and last name in one column. Assuming that we had a big long list of names that we needed to separate the first and last name, we can use functions to create this particular an answer to this solution. If we were to come in and to select column B2, we can apply a left function and a find function in order to separate the first name from the last. So I'm going to start off by typing in equals, and the first function we're going to use is left, and we will want to select left followed by the text we want to look at, and then we want to look and find where the break is between the two words. So in order to do that, we will use the find function, and the find function is defined by the piece of text that we're looking for. In this particular case, we're looking for a space, which would be represented by a space between two quotes, and then we would again look at the line of text that we want to evaluate. So in this case, that would be A2, and then we would want to close our total function. So when we look at this, it separates out the last part of the name and just gives us the very first part. So you can see that I have Joe. If I were to go and copy this down, you'll notice that I now have Joe, John, and Susie. Okay. Now, let's take a look at a couple other functions. There's another function that we can use to get the last name, and that function would be to start out with using the right function to identify the portion that we wanted to take, which would be a number of letters coming from the right. And again, we would want to find the space, but in order to find the space, we would have to take a look at the length, the overall length of the text, and then subtract from that where our space would be between the words. So if we were to come in and put in equal and type in the word right, and again we want to take a look at Joe Smith, the name there, that particular area, and then we want to come in and look at the length, okay, of the overall word. And once we have the length of the overall word, then we can subtract from that where the position where the space is. So again, we would use a find, look for our space, and again over that area, and you'll see that we have Smith. So again, if we come back up and look at our function, we're using the right to pull the data from the right portion of the name, and the way that we're accounting for the spaces that we want to get is we look at the total length, and then from that we subtract the position as to where our space is. So that's going to give us the last 5 spaces there within that particular line of text. Again, if we were to copy these down, you'll notice that it brings down the names of the other individuals. So again, by using the functions left, right, length, and find, we can use that to manipulate our data. If we had pieces of information like addresses or address and state or city and state that were in one cell, then we could use these tools again to divide these pieces of information.